Hello there. You always want to find a purpose, right? Reason to get up in the morning, reason to take care of yourself, reason to be engaged in life in some way that is exciting. Passion is what's important. When you have passion, when you have enthusiasm, when you feel energy, whatever other people say is impossible is possible. And that's why purpose is not found. Purpose is created. It's created by somebody. Now you may find what they created and go nutso over it. And that's the whole point of parents. Parents are supposed to encourage you. I'll never forget. I had my uncle's violin, and it was so beautiful, and I loved him so much. I decided to give it to my daughter and see if she could learn to play the violin. It was the saddest thing. It was so not her. And that's part of what parents have to discover, okay? They have to expose children, expose them to Tai Chi, expose them to dance, square dance, ballet. I mean, there's a whole world out there of opportunities. And the idea is to expose them and see whether it goes pop or not, because usually what goes pop is not what you thought would go pop. I know with my parents, I wanted to be an artist more than anything in the world. And I am today. Now that I'm away and on my own, I feel like such an artist. Every time I come here to talk to you, I just feel that whole flame of creativity come out. It makes me so excited to know that you're listening and you're interested in what I have to say, because I've been on the planet for so long and I've seen so much, and I just want to share it with you. And it makes me happy to do that. And that's what you're looking for in purpose, something that makes you happy. Now look, behind me, that's a brick wall. And you may not know this, but building a brick wall is really, really fun. I've done it several times. Stone walls are even more fun, because the bricks are all the same, and you can put a level on them and everything's fine. Stone isn't. You have to deal with nature in whatever shape or form or whatever she comes in. You have to move things around until they settle to where they're supposed to be. And oh man, it's so incredibly exciting. And you just feel this whole thing that you're making something that's probably going to be there forever. What a feeling. What about flying? Oh man, there's two things I love more than anything, and you got to try them both. I'm telling you, you have to do this, because you just never know. Maybe you want to design clothes. Maybe you want to sew clothes. Maybe you want to paint. Maybe you want to make sculpture. But if you get in an airplane, you just can't imagine. You can't imagine, because what the instructor should be saying to you, I'm not saying they will, but I was an instructor and I would have said it to you. Imagine that your body is out to the very tips of the wings. Imagine that the back of you is at the rudder of the plane, and the front of you is at the propeller. Oh man, you just have no idea. And you take a hold of that yoke, it's called a yoke, and you manipulate it, and it's 3D. This isn't like driving a car. It's 3D. If I take my foot and I ram my left foot into the rudder and I go sideways like this, the plane just goes because the normal lift that occurs when you're flying into the air isn't there. You're sideways. Oh, just unbelievable feeling. And you may do that once and go, whoa, this is what I want to do. Or you may do a pirouette in the ballet and say, yeah, that's it. But you got to try it. That's the whole point. If you can find anyone who will let you be an intern, boy, that's the way to go. Now, let me suggest to you, because I'll tell you about my other favorite thing. My other favorite thing is horses. Oh, man. There's no feeling in the world to me like you come up over that huge animal and you put your thighs on either side, and a trained horse doesn't need any more. Honestly, you can push one thigh or the other thigh on a trained horse and they'll go to the left or to the right. And all you need is one finger on that, on your reins, one finger. The knob is there for, the Western saddle has a knob, and that's for holding a calf or something that you're trying to manipulate with a rope. But you don't have to use that. But in an English saddle, you don't have that. But I love Western saddles. Especially with big things over my feet. That's the thing you've got to figure out. And there's another thing. Another purpose. Is your purpose, this is very important, is your purpose in a warm climate or a cold climate? Now that doesn't sound like a big deal, but it's a big deal. Really, when you find out who you are. I know I cannot tolerate cold at all, period. I've been that way my entire life. I loved my grandfather so much, and I so enjoyed going and visiting my Grammy and my grandfather and their gardens in the summertime. It was horrible for me in the wintertime, even though I loved them so much. I'd never been able to tolerate cold, and I love camping. I adore camping, and yet, if it's cold, it takes all the joy out of it. And I've known other people that are exactly the opposite. If it's really hot, they are miserable. So that's another thing. Tell yourself, would you rather work indoors or outside? Big deal. Do you want to be a forest ranger and discover you hate the cold and the wet and the muddy and all that? I love it. It's just, you've got to find your purpose, your passion, your creative edge, what really makes you, poof, come like the phoenix from the fire. You come out of the fire as who you are, and you just, you know, when I pick up a crochet hook, or if I pick up a paintbrush, I'm in heaven. I mean, and that's crazy. For you, it may be picking up a tail of a horse and combing it. The smell of the horse. Remember, we have 5 senses. Don't ever forget you have 5 senses. If those 5 senses are not being engaged by whatever purpose you think you're going toward, you've made a mistake. Trust me. For example, I went to graduate school for 6 years to learn how to work with disabled kids. You know what I learned? We have 5 senses, right? Okay, there's hearing, seeing. You can do that right now. You and I can hear and see each other. What about touch? I can't reach out and touch you right now, but my voice might be touching your soul. My voice might be triggering a part of you. You never know. Okay? Then you have taste. You don't realize it, but you taste the air. You, honest to God, you taste. You also smell it. Those are the last 2. So what you want to know with a disabled child is which one is strong and which ones are weak. And you want to work with the strong one to make up for the weak one. And it's the same way with you. If you pick something that only triggers one area, oops. And it's really important when you're going through high school, pay close attention. Are you really happy when you're doing math, or are you miserable? What about English? What about Spanish, French, German, Russian, whatever you're learning? Are you really into words? Are you really into math? Are you really into science? Keep all that in mind. And when you go looking for, I'm a caregiver. I was raised as a caregiver. My mother needed lots of care. So there I was as a caregiver. There I was for her. So what does that mean? I was really a great, not just good, I was a great waitress. I really was. I threw myself into the work. I had a family to support, 6 people. I had to do a good job. And I loved it. I loved taking care of people. It just, indoors, outdoors, didn't matter to me. I loved taking care of people. I love food. I love cooking. So it was really my space. And I also am really good with numbers. And I didn't realize it at first, but I can take 14, that's it. Doesn't go any higher. You got to know your limits too. I can take 14 drink and dinner orders and not screw up, even if they get up and move around. Because the name of that woman over there is rum and coke and barbecued ribs. That's her name. Rum and coke, barbecued ribs. Okay, I would put that in there and it'd stay. And if she moved around, she was still rum and coke and barbecued ribs. Okay, so you just never know. I mean, there's also the fact that I really needed to work, but you just never know what's going to go and work for you. So remember, finding your purpose is more about being creative and being passionate about who you are. You've got to figure out who you are. Okay, that's tough. So go help build a Habitat for Humanity. Go help with a equine therapy program. Volunteer in anything you possibly can, because I can tell you one thing for absolute sure. Those people who've created nonprofits, volunteer programs, have thought about it. They've seen a kid with no socks. I know a woman who used to do nothing but collect socks. Secondhand socks, she would collect them, and she'd get people to also donate socks. And she dispersed them all over Mexico to kids who didn't have socks. You just never know what someone's going to figure out. Someone's going to figure out that there's an apple orchard where the man has died, the woman can't pick all the apples, so she's going to get a whole group of people to come and pick all the apples and take them to all the people who are in town and the poor and a little village and give the apples to them. Okay? Or she's going to make apple pies and sell them. Okay? Think that way. Think broad when you're looking for a purpose. Don't think narrow. Think broad. And also think fun. If you're not enjoying it, it won't last long. Okay? The reason I make videos is because I really like it. Thank you.